everyone, what is going on? And I'm excited to announce I actually have official Purple Kyogre merchandise. Now, I will leave a link in the description down below if you want to go ahead and check it out. I currently only have shirts and hoodies, but if you want to purchase something, definitely tweet me of it after you purchase it so I could retweet the pictures of you wearing it. And it's really cool, so thank you to the people who already purchased shirts, hoodies and all that good stuff. I really certainly do appreciate it. And yeah, as I said, I changed the logo because the other logo had swords in it and I didn't want like children to have swords. J Farm said that really probably wasn't the best idea, and I totally agree with them. So thank you to everybody that will purchase it, and I really do appreciate it so much. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you that. And yeah, so we're going to jump on over to the new Handshake badges. And guys, I do have an official Handshake badge, the Purple Kyogre badge. So if you see me in person, you could definitely get it. Now, I did tweet this on Twitter, so people who follow me on Twitter saw this a while ago, probably like a week ago when I tweeted it, maybe a few days ago. I don't know when I tweeted it. But yeah, thank you again so much for allowing me to have this opportunity to not only the Sylph Arena, but all of you who watched the videos, who helped my channel grow and allowed me to get to this spot. It's really such an honor to have this badge. So if you want the badge, definitely have to meet up in person, and I'll be able to more than happily give it to you. So I'm definitely going to try and collect all these badges from these amazing content creators. We got Battle Hero, JRE, Seawolf, J Pharmacus, and Jim Banks. So can't wait to collect all of them. Hopefully I collect all of them soon. So I just wanted to show you guys that if you didn't see it on Twitter. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the battle. So I am battling my friend Ice Scavenger, and he's using a random team just because he didn't have the starters, or he wants to get better PvP IV starters. So he's waiting for Community Day, so he's just going in with a random team. That's fine. I have the team on the bottom, my updated finalized team. And this is the team I was running with. I didn't show him the team, but it's the team I have. So my current team is Venomoth, Dragonair, Sealeo, Skuntank, Whiscash, and Venusaur. So overall, really happy with this team. I heard what you guys said in the last early finalized team, where I went with Pokemon that were really weak to Sudowoodo. I had multiple Pokemon that were really weak to it, multiple Pokemon that were weak to like a Razor Leaf user or Meganium, and I totally heard what you guys were saying. So overall, I do like this team. I might swap out Skuntank for Drapion. I'm kind of thinking about that. Outside of that, I guess my team could be weak to maybe like a Charizard if my opponent has it, because I do have the Venomoth, right? I do have the Dragonair, which is weak to Dragon Claw, although it also has Aqua Tail. I have the Sealeo, which is going to be weak to Blast Burn, or neutral to it, but it takes a lot. And then I have Venusaur, so I could totally see myself being in a bad situation if I'm going up against like a Charizard or another Fire type, Sunny Cast for maybe, we'll see. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this team. It did really well in these battles, and I've been really enjoying it. So as I said, gonna try out Drapion as well instead of the Skuntank. I'm not really too sure. We'll see. But overall, satisfied with the team. I'm loving Whiscash. I really do. I think it's fantastic. You do have to watch out for the grass users like Razor Leaf, obviously, but it's still a fantastic Pokemon as long as you're not going up against something like that. It gets to the Mud Bombs really fast. Also gets to Blizzard relatively, not super fast, but relatively decent amount of time. So definitely a good Pokemon to use. But yeah, we do go ahead and take game one, so that was a very good game. As I said, we did really well in these battles, and this is a relatively long video in length because we battled quite a bit last night or the night before. We had quite a few battles. So the next game, he's leading with Torkoal, guys. Now, I had no idea what Torkoal wanted to do, to be honest with you. I was thinking as we were battling, okay, probably has Solar Beam or Flamethrower. That's what I thought, but honestly, I never looked at Torkoal, so I didn't know. He blocks it. Maybe he thought it was a Water Pulse. I'm not really too sure. If obviously he expected the Water Pulse, that makes sense, but I don't have Water Pulse. I have Aurora Beam, so I'm just going for the Body Slams. So now he's going to hit me with a Charge Move. I decided not to block it just because I wanted to see what it was. I was correct, it was Solar Beam, so I could have blocked that one. Obviously didn't want to take a Solar Beam. I was kind of thinking it was, even if it wasn't Solar Beam, it would have been something that did a lot of damage, like a Flamethrower, if Torkoal even gets Flamethrower. Technically I don't even know that, but anyway, we knock out the Torkoal, so he does have switch advantage. But at least we took a shield, so that's good for us. He does bring in a Skuntank of his own. I am going to go ahead and get off the Flamethrower, thinking he's probably not going to shield this because he might think I have Crunch and Sludge Bomb. So I'm not going to go ahead and and bluff or anything because I wasn't expecting the shield. He goes ahead and gets off a flamethrower. I do give up one of my shields. Luckily, it wasn't like a crunch, so we do call that correctly. I am going to go ahead and go for the crunch, and he will shield that. So we do take his shield. I guess he wanted to get to another charge move, so he does successfully get to it. I decide to block this, and it is going to be a flamethrower, so I believe I just commit to fainting him down at this point instead of going for crunch. Yeah, so we have energy ready to go. He'll bring in the Ludicolo. I go for flamethrower. That was probably a mistake. I probably should have went for crunch. I mean, both are going to be neutral. We do get the same type attack bonus on the crunch, so probably a mistake. Anyway, I switch into Venomoth, and we're able to win anyway. I was pretty comfortable in that situation. I felt like I was going to win regardless, but yeah, something to look back on. But anyway, we do go ahead and win with that Venomoth. So another good game, Yeah, as I said, he's waiting for Community Day so he can get like the starters with good PvP IVs. Totally understandable. So our tournament is going to be after Community Day. As is his, although we'll be attending his and he'll be attending ours, I think. But anyway, I lead with my Whiscash, he leads with Sealeo, so I'm just charging up enough for back-to-back mud bombs, I believe. So let's see, we go for the first one. Gonna do not great amount of damage. Now, we clicked on it, but it didn't go through. He got off his before I got off mine. Maybe it was a CMP tie. Regardless, we're able to get it off now. It doesn't really matter. So we do get off another mud bomb, just trying to get a lot of damage off against Sealeo. He actually gets off another body slam. That's fine. We'll be able to take it. So we do take that body slam, as I said, and trying to get to another mud bomb, we do get to it. Now let's see if he shields this. If he doesn't shield this, I think this knocks him out, but let's see. He does shield it. That would have pretty much knocked it out, I think. Now, do I shield? I do not. I had thought about it, but the reason I decided not to is because I was afraid he would beat me to another body slam before I was able to, and able to get to a mud bomb, and it looked like he would have. So that's why I decided not to shield that Whiscash. We take the body slam. I knew it wasn't an Aurora Beam. So we go ahead and feint down his Sealeo just fine with Vine Whips. He is going to bring in a Drapion. Not good for us. It takes a little bit of time to switch out for me, unfortunately. So he pulls a blind switch into Dragonair. I'm going to go ahead and go for my Aqua Tail against his Dragonair to try and take the shield. As you can see, we do successfully take that shield. And then he feints us down, so that's fine. I bring in my Venusaur, I'm like, I'm definitely going to go ahead and shield this. And I think I try to commit to just feinting down his Dragonair. He actually hits us with a Dragon Pulse, so that's a lot of damage. Anyway, he brings in his Drapion. I'm like, I don't think Frenzy Plant is a 2-hit KO, and it's not. So we go for 2 Frenzy Plants. You know, I did have the Sludge Bomb, could have went for that, but that wouldn't have made a difference. But yeah, then he feints us down. So we feint with 1 shield left. Never a good way to go out, but that's okay. Good game. Good game. So we tried to feint him down, didn't we? We tried to win. We had to do Frenzy Plants, just wasn't able to pull it off. Anyway, the next game he leads with his Tentacruel. I lead with my Sealeo. And I believe I just hang out, just stay in. Now, I didn't know if his Tentacruel had... I assumed it had Acid Spray, but I wasn't sure if it had Sludge Wave or Hydro Pump. I know mine has Hydro Pump. I just don't know which one his has. So I'm going to take these attacks. And plus, I also don't want to, block an Acid Spray, as you can see there, right? So we get off another Body Slam. Trying to just do as much damage as possible. It's no fun that our defense is lowered, but it is what it is. You don't want to shield it. We're going to get off another Body Slam against his Tentacruel, so that is good. So he's going to go ahead and shield that, so at least we take a shield. And we actually get to another one. I thought he was going to get to his Acid Spray and knock us out before we got to it. But we do get to it, forcing the last shield. So I guess he just decides to commit to fainting down. So I'm going to think about it for a little bit, and let's see which one I decide to bring in. I am going to bring in the Skunk Tank. Could have brought in the Whiscash, but I brought in Skunk Tank instead. He's going to hit us with an Acid Spray, and I did not shield that because, again, I wanted to see what charge attacks it had. I don't shield this, thinking, okay, probably another Acid Spray. He actually does hit us with the Hydro Pump, but I didn't want to shield it because, first of all, it could have been a Sludge Wave where we could have taken it. But anyway, I bring in my Whiscash. So not looking super great for us, but we're still up 2 shields, so we're gonna try. So I go ahead. I'm not worried about his shields, obviously, because he doesn't have any. So we're gonna go and hit him with a Mud Bomb, and then we hit him with another Mud Bomb. So back-to-back Mud Bombs. So that's really good. Maybe I should have brought in the Whiscash instead of the Skunk Tank to try and finish off the Tentacruel. I had thought about it, but I wanted to save my Whiscash. I wanted to try and feint him down and charge up energy with my Skunk Tank. But anyway, look how much we're just spamming. He actually pulls a switch, and I'm really happy to see Sudowoodo. So we're just charging up, charging up, charging up. We go ahead and hit that Mud Bomb. So doing a lot to Sudowoodo, we actually have back-to-back Mud Bombs, so we're able to feint the Sudowoodo. So Whiscash hanging on, no grass type attack user for him. Luckily for us, we go ahead and shield this one. Of course, we're not going to take that damage. And he actually has another, but we have 2 shields, guys. We have 2 shields. We saved them, able to block these body slams, and we're just going to be able to feint down the Sealeo. So Whiscash, able to pull it through, essentially beating 3 Pokemon. I know his Tentacruel is weak. He had no shield, but still, Whiscash, wow. I mean, if he had a grass user, obviously we wouldn't have won that, but we're able to actually beat him. So that's really good for us. So yeah, for the next game, I lead with Venomoth. He leads with Tentacruel. Definitely favorable for us. He switches into his Drapion. Now, I had tried to switch. I wasn't able to right away, so a little bit of lag there. I do bring in Sealeo. I don't know why I didn't bring in Whiscash. That was... yeah, I don't know why I didn't bring in Whiscash. I should have. But anyway, I brought in Sealeo. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the Roar Beam. I figured he would take it, probably thinking it was a Body Slam. So then I hit him with a Body Slam. Now, trying to knock out the Drapion. So he's going to go ahead and shield that one up. And then he will get off his charge move. And I do decide to shield it up because I think... Let's see, do I try to feint down the Drapion? Let's see. Yeah, I guess I do decide to feint down the Drapion, so that's fine. So we do go ahead and feint the Drapion. And we're waiting to see what decides to come in now. It is going to be that Victreebel. So going for the Aurora Beam, hoping he would think, okay, it's probably going to be a Body Slam. But no, he does shield it, so that's fine. So as you can see, we still have that Whiscash, but we're going to bring in Venomoth. And we hit the Poison Fang against the Victreebel. And that is going to do a decent amount of damage. And then we just try and feint him down with Confusions, charging up energy. As you can see, I'm clicking on, wasn't able to go through. Eventually it goes through after a couple tries. I've been having that problem lately with like charge moves not going off. I'm having trouble switching. They are releasing an update. They already released it, not for iOS though, so iOS users like myself didn't get it, but they're releasing an update where you could switch during attacks again. I just don't have it, so I feel like that affected probably some of my Ferocious Cup tournaments. I feel like it definitely affected a lot of my gameplay, so I can't wait for that to come back. But that's okay. Either way, we do go ahead and win that game. So despite not bringing the Whiscash when I probably should have, we still go ahead and win it. But anyway, I lead with Venusaur. He leads with his Pokemon, and then I'm going to switch. He switches to Torkoal. I switch to Whiscash. Going to go ahead and get off this Mud Bomb. Now, of course, Fire going to be weak to Mud Bomb. Torkoal's able to take it. That's fine. I didn't know if he had a second move on Torkoal, but I'm definitely not going to take a Solar Beam. I cannot take it. So I do go ahead and shield that one up. And we're just charging up quite a bit of extra energy. Then we get off this Mud Bomb. And this should be enough to knock out Torkoal as it is. He decides not to shield it. Totally fine. He does bring in a Whiscash of his own. And we're just going to go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb. Trying to just get whatever damage we can against him. And he does take it. We get off another Mud Bomb. So back-to-back Mud... Not really back-to-back, but we're able to get off multiple Mud Bombs. And that's fine. We're just charging up. And now he's going to go ahead and go for his charge move. And it's going to be a Blizzard, so doing a lot of damage to us. So nice play on the Blizzard. But I do go for my my Mud Bomb, and he will shield that one up, probably wanting to win Switch Advantage. And I was hoping to get to another one, but I was not able to. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Venusaur. And do I shield? I do shield it because I'm afraid of Blizzard. I cannot be hit by Blizzard. It's actually only a Mud Bomb, but I didn't want to take the chance. So we knock out Whiscash, and then he brings in his Sealeo. And I'm happy to see that because we're just able to go for Frenzy Plants back-to-back. So I do go for Frenzy Plant. It's not really back-to-back. We were one Fine Whip short, but we're able to get off another Frenzy Plant, and that actually doesn't knock out Sealeo, and that allows him to get to another charge move. So he's able to get to one and hit us with a Body Slam, but we survive, and we're able to knock out Sealeo. So we do go ahead and pick up that one. So as I said, really liking this team, really liking it. It's a lot of fun. I feel like it has good synergy together. I feel like it's been working well. For the next game, I lead with Sealeo. He leads with Dragonair. I definitely catch this matchup. Let's see if he decides to switch. He does switch into Kingdra. And I was going to switch again. You know, you see me tapping on the Aurora Beam, not able to go through right away. That's okay. It eventually goes through. He does shield it, though. That was unfortunate. I was thinking there was no way he's going to shield this. He's going to think it's a body slam. But not the case. He does shield it. So we go to for another Aurora Beam. He takes that one, so doing a lot of damage to him, and we actually get to another body slam, and I'm like, okay, well, we're either going to knock out the Kingdra, or we're going to take his last shield. So we do take the last shield. He does feint us down, though, and I know he obviously has enough for a charge move, so I know it's going to cost me a shield, whatever comes in. I'll try to feint him down with whatever I decide to bring in. I do bring in the Venomoth, and of course, as you see, I'm going to have to shield that Blizzard, because we probably could have taken it, but it's not something you want to take. You know, Kingdra's attacks are all powerful. You never want to take him, right? So he brings in his Dragonair. I do go ahead and go for my Silverwind, hoping for the buff. You know, I remember saying, please give me the buff. It didn't give me the buff, but that's okay. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and shield this one up, because I know one more Confusion is going to be enough to knock out the Dragonair, as you can see right there. And he brings in his Shelgon, so going triple dragon. Now, I actually could have went for the Poison Fang, but I was kind of, I don't know if I want to call it greedy. I thought I would have gotten to the Silverwind, but I do not get to it. So I bring in Skunk Tank, and I knew I could take a Twister easily, actually. So we take the Twister, we get to the Crunch, and I believe this is going to be enough to win the game. So let's see. Yeah, it does knock out the Shelgon, so we actually do go ahead and win that one. So very good game. Another very good game. So, as I said, this is a longer video, I think about 25 plus minutes, so it's relatively long, so if you enjoy the battles, thank you so much for watching. For the next batch, I lead with Dragonair. Now, if you noticed, a lot of the games in this video, I tried not to use Dragonair because I wanted to see how I could play without it, because I know I use it a lot. I use it in a couple battles, but I mean, for the most part, most of my games, I stayed away from Dragonair just because I wanted to see how I played without it. Now, I know you don't need it. Some people don't even use Dragonair, but it is really good, obviously. So I was trying to practice. Now, he actually pulls a really impressive switch and catches my Aqua Tail. I did go for the Aqua Tail because I figured it would still be enough for Dragonair. Anyway, I switch, not Dragonair, Tentacruel, or it would come close to knocking out Tentacruel. But either way, we bring in the Venusaur, able to knock out the Sealeo. Very surprised he didn't shield there, actually. Yeah, I'm really surprised just because I wasn't sure what he would have thought it would have been. I mean, of course, it's going to be a Frenzy Plant, but I guess he didn't want to, he wanted to bring in his Skunk Tank, maybe farm up some energy. Totally fine. We're able to go for Frenzy Plant, and that does a decent amount of damage, nothing crazy. He actually gets off his charge move. It looks like it was a CMP tie. I do go for the shield just because I want to get off my charge move and either take a shield or knock him out, both of which I'm okay with. So we do go for the Frenzy Plant, and we're going to take a shield. And I do switch into a Skunk Tank of my own, hoping to catch the Crunch. And he actually does go for Crunch, so at least we take it with the Skunk Tank. And we're going to get off a Crunch and try and knock out his Skunk Tank. And but we won't because he will shield that, so that's fine. He switches into his Tentacruel, actually getting off a charge move before we're able to get off ours. I block it. It is an acid spray, you know. Never fun to block those, but I was a little bit too worried of Hydro Pump, so I did go ahead and block it. We knock out Tentacruel, and then he brings in his Skunk Tank, and he actually gets off a charge move, but looking pretty good for us. I mean, he literally only has 1 HP. We can't take that, and then we just bring in Dragonair, and we just win, so we do go ahead and pick up that one. So as I said, this team really working well for me. I really enjoy it. Might make minor tweaks, but overall I do like it. Let me know what you guys think, and also let me know your updated finalized team. Anyway, he leads with Blossom. I know that thing has Razor Leaf, so I have to get out of there ASAP right into my Skunk Tank, and he brings in his Sealeo. So I do go ahead and charge up extra energy and go for the Crunch. So we're going to go ahead and do a decent amount of damage, maybe feint him with the second one, so we do go for another Crunch. Now at this point I'm expecting the shield, unless if he doesn't mind his Sealeo getting knocked out. So he does go ahead and shield, and he is going to go for a charge move. And that charge move will be Body Slam, so that's fine. We're able to take it, and he actually has back-to-back Body Slams, as expected. I do decide to let it go down, so it does go. Actually, we survive, but then he's able to feint us down. So I'm going to bring in Whiscash, and I'm like, well, I know he has Blossom in the back, and this is really not going well for us. I try to bluff with the Mud Bomb, hoping to take a shield, and we don't take it, so it didn't work. If we went for the Blizzard, we would have knocked that out. I'm hoping he would block it, but no, he doesn't block it. Man, that Blossom is really eating us alive, isn't it? Look at this damage. We can't, oh my gosh, wow, that Blossom, yeah. Blossom is another one I wanted to try, although I wanted to try mine, I think, with Return. A purified one, I just don't have a purified one for the Great League. I'll have to check my Odysseus to see if I do, but yeah, anyway, he brings in his Sunny Cast form, so definitely not looking good for us, guys. Definitely not looking good. We're able to get off body slams. He still has a shield, so he could block at any point in time, but he might not block. Let's see. We actually get off another one, so I'm kind of expecting the shield. I'm just playing for fun at this point, obviously not trying to win, not expecting to win. He does shield. In fact, I know I can't win because those embers are just going to fade me down. So wow, Blossom really putting in a lot of work, but definitely not a great team composition for me. I did bring two things that were weak to it, didn't I? But anyway, I lead with Whiscash. He leads with his Dragonair. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just go for the Blizzard this time. He didn't he didn't fall for the bluff against his Blossom. Maybe he will against his Dragonair. He does. So we knock out Dragonair in one hit. He was thinking it was going to be a Mud Bomb. It was going to be a bluff, but we're not going to bluff that time. We're going to knock him out. We go for the Mud Bomb this time, of course. I mean, he's weak to Mud Bomb. So another reason I love Whiscash, because it's one of the only ground users that charges fast, right? And it does a lot to Skuntank and Drapion. So we're able to take both shields. We actually get to another Mud Bomb. So Whiscash really putting in work, doing a lot of damage to that Drapion, and we both actually faint at the same time. Plus he used both of his shields. So we're in a fantastic position. We have 2 Pokemon left and 2 shields. Definitely not looking good for him in this situation. But we do decide to use the shield at this point. Obviously, we could... It's actually Water Pulse. I was thinking it was going to be Body Slam, but I decided to block anyway. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Crunch. Doing a good amount of damage. And we're just trying to get to another Crunch to feint him. We do get to it. So this Crunch is definitely going to knock out Sealeo. But yeah, we definitely took this one. So goodbye, Sealeo. And really good game as well. Really good game. But yeah. That Blizzard against the Dragonair really helped out. And it wasn't a mistake to not block it, right? I mean, if it was a Mud Bomb, he would have been in a good position. So, anyway, Weavile, guys, Weavile. So, I had no idea what moves Weavile had, honestly. I probably should, because it's actually pretty good for raids. But, I was thinking Ice Punch, Avalanche. I wasn't 100%. I was maybe Dark Pulse. I don't know, guys. I could be totally wrong, but he does go ahead and hit us with the Avalanche, doing a lot of damage. Now, the thing about Weavile, and I know this from the main games, that Weavile is really squishy, but it has a high attack, so it's one maybe you don't want to look the other way against, when you're going up against it, if you're going up against it. Now, obviously, I know he's just using these Pokemon for fun, but he was able to knock out my first Pokemon, my Whiscash, so... maybe he's onto something. But anyway, we do go ahead and knock out Weavile, and we're waiting to see what comes in. I have no idea what's going to come in. It's going to be a Frostlass, so really good position for us because these Crunches are going to do a lot of damage. Now, Frostlass is a good Pokemon, but it really can't take many hits. So we're going to go for a Crunch. He will shield it. I'm going to go ahead and follow suit with a shield. Expecting an Avalanche as it is. Would that have knocked me out? Maybe it would have. Anyway, I charge up extra energy. We go for the Crunch. I know he can't shield it because he's out of shields, and that is going to knock out his Pokemon. So now, instead of going for Flamethrower like I did in the previous game in this video, I do go for the Crunch. It's more energy efficient. It does probably the same amount as Flamethrower. I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But either way, we knock out Ludicolo, so we're able to take that game. So very good game. Really doing some damage with Weavile, I guess, but we're going to jump into another one. I believe this is the last game. Let's see if I'm correct. He does lead with Whiscash. I lead with Sealeo, so that is fine. I'll definitely take this matchup. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I get to Body Slam fast. He gets to his charge move fast. I do decide to go for my Aurora Beam, not expecting a shield at all, and as you can see, he doesn't shield it up. So we're going to go ahead and take this, expecting, well, it has to be a Mud Bomb. You wouldn't go for Blizzard. It wouldn't make much sense, right? I don't know if it was, I mean, maybe I should have went for like the Body Slam over the Aurora Beam, but I decided to go for Aurora Beam. Why not? So we charge up extra energy and we go ahead and get off that Body Slam. And this is going to be met with a shield. We're trying to get to another one, not able to do so. So I do go ahead and throw my last shield. Not my last shield, my first shield, excuse me. Just because I want to be able to take his last shield, or we're going to be able to knock out the Whiscash. So he does allow Whiscash to go down. So that's good for us. So his next Pokemon is Victreebel, and that immediately deletes my Sealeo. I bring in Venomoth, he switches Dragonair, I switch immediately into Skuntank, and let's see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be able to take this Aqua Tail. It does do a decent amount of damage for what it is, right? And then we're going to go ahead and go for Crunch, and let's see what happens. Does he go ahead and shield? Yes, he does decide to shield. He does not want to lose his Dragonair, and that is fine. So we're going to bring in Venomoth now, and I do go ahead and shield this one up, expecting the Aqua Tail as it is. So we're just able to get to a charge move. It's going to be the Poison Fang, so we do go for Poison Fang, and that will knock out his Dragonair, and then he's going to bring in his Victreebel, and this is a good situation for us. We didn't really need to go for a charge move, but I decided to anyway. Just in case he got to his charge move, I don't know. But either way, we do go ahead and win that one. And that will be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.